Gonna leave it on. I didn't actually get a tattoo. I think it looks cool though. Welcome to the John Woolery experience. It's week 15? 15? 15, 1-5. This week, as I talked last week, it was rolling into my first experience with Barry-Roubaix. So I guess best way to talk about it is to talk about it. So if you've never done it, go do it. The organization, the city, everybody, the county, everybody that is a part of that event, it's freaking amazing. So we roll in, get our packets Friday night. There was no line because they had 17 volunteers doing breakdowns of every part of the alphabet for every individual ride length. So just super efficient. We went across the street, got dinner, great local beers. I tried a 100 IBU beer. Still, I'm still not a fan, but it's fine. I tried it. And then the next morning got up and it was, 40 degrees or whatever, and did, not to make it sound simple, but did Barry-Roubaix. And I did the 62 mile, which is I guess it's the killer gravel race. It's the killer length. So there's also a 100 mile, but I wasn't up for that yet. And honestly, it went really well. From a physical perspective, I felt like I did really well. My goal was no mechanicals, make sure that I had the right equipment, no flats, eat correctly, hydrate correctly, and my goal was to finish. And then right at the end, I put a goal of doing it under 4 hours, and I beat that goal by 17 minutes. So from that perspective, super stoked. But in all honesty, my takeaway is just, wow, the Hastings, the city of Hastings, the county of Barry County, Michigan, like you guys do it right. Like, and it's crazy to think that event started 11 years ago as just a group of people who thought like, wow, we have really cool roads around here. We should put a ride together. And it's grown into this 3,500 or 4,000 people event where I saw people lined up on, it was bike nirvana, dude. It was like fat bikes, mountain bikes, cross bikes. I saw a road bike with 28C tires on it. I saw people on hybrid bikes that I was catching as they were finishing their 22-mile loop. Like it was amazing because it was cyclists of all stripes that were out for this event and just trying to do this event. And so like such a great experience physically, and I finished really strong and I felt really good, and spent a lot of time in the wind by myself, so I had a lot of time to think, and towards the end I started to get tired, and it crossed my mind like, oh, just your wife broke her leg 11 months ago, and it's weird to use that as motivation, but it kind of kept me going and made sure that I kept eating, and I got over my cramps and finished really strong. And I kind of went over to the park area after the finish area where everybody was and found a quiet place and just kind of sat down and pulled out my phone, and I went to text my wife and tell her that I was done and I was safe, and open it up, and there's a text message saying that she went out and ran outside for the first time since she broke her leg 11 months ago. And originally they told her 18 months as a best case scenario, that she'd be, walking in 12 months, but sure as hell there she is at 11 months running outside, and she stole my thunder. It definitely, the idea of a grown-ass man finishing a bike race and sitting next to a tree and crying was very real at Saturday afternoon in Hastings. So a lot of emotions with that. So it's just like it rounded out an amazing day, and I'm proud of everything that community has built with the Founders Barry-Roubaix event, and such a fun event, and my first exposure to the organized gravel racing scene, and I thought I was gonna like it, and I thought it was really cool, but now having done it, it's like I get it. I completely understand why this is blowing up and why people want to be a part of it, and why it's sold out months in advance. Like I get it. So I am now looking for every opportunity possible to find more events like that I can be a part of, and go, go ride on gravel and go get dirty and go challenge myself, and just go have fun, because it was a hell of a lot of fun. Really hard at times, and I spent a lot of time. There were a lot of people out there. For any of you watchers that were at Barry-Roubaix, if you remember a guy in olive green, neon green shoulders that was pulling you around the course, you're welcome, because I feel like, for 58 miles with 5 or 6 people on my wheel. So I was out just enjoying myself, but for all of those people who took a free draft, you're welcome. But yeah, that's it for me this week. It was an amazing experience in Hastings. Thanks to Scott Herman for introducing me to the event, and Mark Ziegler for going up there with me, and them really showing me the ropes. And thanks to everybody in Hastings and Barry County for coming out. I mean, damn, there were people that were in front of their house that had set up card tables, and they had bought bottles of water, and they made their own rest stop, for crying out loud. That's crazy to me, when we live in a city where we're struggling to get people to volunteer to host a bike race, and when we can't get bike racers to volunteer to do bike races, they have people across their entire county taking money out of their own pocket to go buy water bottles. It's wild to me. So thank you to everybody involved with that, and amazing that my wife is out running, and I'm looking forward to everything that's coming forward. So definitely a big checkbox for me this week, and really looking forward to what's coming up. And I don't have anything planned, but if anybody has any ideas on events that you think I should do, or that Doug and I should be a part of, feel free to send them. And in addition to that, hit the subscribe button, find this week's podcast with Catherine. You are going to love it. Talk a lot about a lot of hot button topics that I think they're gonna cause a lot of stir, and I think a lot of stir in a good way. Hit the notification, hit the bell. Doug likes to punch the bell. But yeah, that's it for me this week. So I will see you guys next week, and feel free to leave your comments, do all that stuff, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Peace.